recording? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll credit you as a color commentator.
There you go. All right. Turn that off whenever you want to mute it. Like that. We're live.
I just want to be muted.
Well, we're live now.
Well, that way, if you're following on YouTube, they can see that we're going to be ready to go, and that's a good thing. But as long as we're muted,
And you can't zoom this at all, can you?
I don't know.
I
Oh,
mean,
look at that.
You can, but then you'll lose. It'll be harder to keep track of.
Well, that's what I'm trying to mirror this
Yeah.
one because this is mine. And I'm just trying to mirror so that if I keep this one in frame, this is in frame as well.
They look like they're pretty close. Actually, that one's a little wider. Maybe.
I think we're visitors.
We're visitors.
Justin's in the visitors penalty box. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to feel the need to say anything until about, say, a minute and a half remaining on the clock of the pregame. See, what's good about this is you know your equipment. And your hand is probably... One time I did it last year. I felt like Steve's equipment was getting a little stiff on it.
Yeah.
And then I know I fought the equipment.
Who's texting me?
Always been there. It was like this boy, like my, it was almost like a English cat, but it worked just great. Forget what it's like. Yeah. Not now. I remember now.
There we go. We're taking the ice.
I like when they raise the steps up just to
Yeah,
slowly go
that
ice
last
level.
place. Yeah. Yeah, you got all the glass and
Well, I really like, it's amazing what a difference the white netting makes. It sure just not.
He's looking around. Making sure nobody saw it. We got it.
I'll tell you, it was funny at the banquet 2 years ago. Ben wasn't at practice. I can't remember why now. But he was watching on Live Barn. And he busted Casey for wiping out. And he said, kind of looked around to see if anyone had seen him or not. He said, Trust me, Case, we saw you. The eagle in the sky is always watching. That's cool. You have the score bubble.
The what?
The score bubble down here.
Oh yeah.
Or is that automatically
This is-
come with whatever?
This is score cam, so it's got the. Anybody know what number or what's the period time?
I think it's 13 minutes.
13.
I'm betting on 13 minutes.
They were playing 17 minutes up in Chicago.
I know. I'm texting Tom.
Okay.
I guess we'll find out here in a second too.
We'll find out here in 2 seconds.
Go ahead and unmute if you wouldn't mind.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we were.
So now you should be back on. 15 minutes. First period.
I'll do it. I've done 5 games already.
Hey everybody, welcome to Chelsea, Michigan. This is game 1 of a 4-game tournament for your Zionsville Eagles here in the Ann Arbor area. We're about 20 minutes or so west of Ann Arbor. And we're about to play the Eagles Hockey Club to make it as confusing as possible. We're from the Orland Park area, Chicago and Illinois. And we expect a very challenging matchup with these guys here in the first game of this 4-game tournament. 1 game today, 2 games tomorrow, and then either a championship or consolation game on Sunday. We're going to start with Noah Farb as center, with Grigsby as wing, and Molinaro as a left wing. Schumacher and Beaupre playing defense to start, and then we've got Owen Krug as Zionsville's goalie for this game. 15-minute periods. Not expecting an ice cut between any of these periods here, so short breaks we anticipate for all. Face-off comes to Molinaro. He tries to get it deep. He does. And just shoots it hard down the corner. And Farb stick briefly, but then knocked all the way to the other end. very well could be icing here, and it is. Good pressure there by the Eagles early. The Zionsville Eagles, that is. I have to say Zionsville and Eagles and not get tied up on that by Zionsville. And an icing here. The goaltender's right. Farb wins it over to Molinaro. Battles along those far boards over there. Still working. Farb's back there, as is Bluesby. Now he has it. Loses it briefly. Now the Eagles have it. They try to dump it out. They do get it out. But that's only briefly as Grigsby breaks it up. He's going to skate with it. But we're offsides. 14:20 to play here in the first period. No score. All 5 Zionsville skaters are changing here. We're going to have Fleming and Rudolph defensively, with McClurg, Charlie Farb, and Casiopo as the forwards. Eagles Hockey Club comes up with a face-off. They're driving it in. They dump it in. Krug turns it away easily. Off in this corner here. There's Rudolph with it. He gets battled, but we get the puck out of the zone briefly. On the Eagles kick, and that gets vaulted into our bench. Coach Turner had to watch his melon there on that vaulted pass. 13:55 to play here in the first period. Charlie Farb takes a face-off, comes back to Fleming. Moves it forward here. Comes McCord. He gets it down low. Back behind the Eagles goal. Casiopo battling. Loses it. Rudolph pinches nicely there and helps keep it in. Casiopo has it briefly, but off his stick. And then the Eagles dump it. And we have another icing. Looks like 5 skaters are going to change this time for Zionsville. It's going to be Schumacher and Gona defensively. Klein, Matteo, and Krug will be the forwards. Klein's going to take the face-off. And it's back to Gona, who's going to shoot. Good save. And they're stopped at 13:27 to play. Good low shot there, and it was controlled nicely by the goaltender. Usually those are good for a rebound, but not in this case. Matteo battling forward off the face-off. Klein comes up with it. He shoots. That gets deflected away. Now here's Krug in the corner. Gains control. Dumps it behind the goal there. There's Matteo over there. Cycles it back to Krug on the other side. Tries to center. That gets intercepted. And here come the Eagles the other way. Good pressure by Matteo there to break that play up a bit. Klein's trying to get it out of the zone but doesn't. Here's Gona, who does get it out. And then the Eagles come the other way for the long shot. Stopped by Krug easily. There's Schumacher. Outlet pass to Krug. Probably a bit ambitious there on that distance. Gets intercepted. Here's Klein. That's a turnover over there. Gona's back there pursuing the Eagles player. Good check by Willie over there. There's Krug battling. He tries to get it out, but it's a centering play. And I guess that was over the line, and it's offsides. 12:29 to play here in the first period. No score between the Eagles Hockey Club, based in Illinois, and Zionsville. It's going to be Noah, Grigsby, and Molinaro as the forwards, with Fleming and Beaupre as the defensemen. Noah back to Molinaro. Good shot, and that stopped, and it's frozen right away. Also could have been a rebound on that one, but didn't materialize. Face-off won by Miller, shot by Fleming, that's blocked and deflected in the corner. Molinaro tries to center, but that gets vaulted high. And here come the Eagles the other way. That's probably going to be another icing. No, that was ricocheted, so that's not the case. Beaupre moves it around to the point. Grigsby pursues, but they keep it in. They're skating behind our goal, looking for someone to center to. They do the point, and that gets intercepted. Here goes Grigsby. He has Molinaro with him. He's running down the right side. Good over to Marinello, but doesn't complete the pass. Good break there, though. Here's Noah. Gonna try to center. That gets knocked away. Speeds to this corner again. Back to Molinaro. Cycles forward. That pass is intercepted, though. Here come the Eagles the other way. And they dump it into our zone. They're going to set up shop down in the Zionsville end. Beaupre battles nicely over there. And here's Noah. Can't quite get it past the forechecker for the Eagles. Attempted shot from the point. That gets skied into the ceiling and they're stopped. 11:18 to play here in the first period. No score between the Eagles Hockey Club and Zionsville. Full-scale change of players here. Charlie's going to take the face-off. That's back in the corner. Schumacher's back there, works the game control, but he's out-battled for the time being. Seach is over there, and we get the puck out. Good check by Kane McClurg over here. Don't remember that one. And another good hit by McClurg. Laying the wood nicely early here. Pressure at the blue line there. There's Seach over there. He gets it out. Nice job by Seach. Here's Charlie. He tries to come up with it. McClurg does. Shoots. That's deflected off into the corner. Now they get it out to the point. Schumacher moves it to McClurg. That shot's blocked from the left side over there. More good physical contact by McClurg over there. That was a hallmark of the Zionsville team last year. When we played the body well, we usually had successful outcomes. Good shot from Noah from deep. That stopped. Intercepted pass by the Eagles there by Rudolph, but then they come up with it ultimately. They're going to drive in on Schumacher. That shot on Krug. Good save by Krug. Another shot. That one's wide. Now Zionsville's going the other way. Here's Charlie. Rudolph. Rudolph tries to dump it in, but he skies it onto their bench. And we're stopped with 9:59 to play. I want to thank Josh Matteo for doing the camera work here today. And there's a penalty on the Eagles. So they'll be shorthanded for a minute and a half as per the rule for this tournament. Klein's going to take the face-off for Zionsville. Control is gained, battled down there by Krug, and we do gain control. Here's Klein to Beaupre. Moves it over to Fleming. Tries to shoot, but that's intercepted. Couldn't get the handle. They're going to skate the other way. Fleming's hustling back to cut off a shot. He does. Good check at the end of that, too. They still have control down there. A little passive on the back check there by Zionsville. And here comes the Eagles again. That gets poke check. Here's Fleming. Up to Matteo. That gets by him, though. Here's Klein. They dump it in. Fleming gains control at the top of our defensive face-off circle. But it can't get any kind of momentum here, and the Eagles are back in our zone. Here's Beaupre. That gets intercepted by the Eagles again. Good forechecking by them. Here's Matteo. He's going to drive across the blue line. Jumps in the corner. 20 seconds remain on the power play situation. Krug over there in the corner. Cycles it back around. Beaupre's down low. Doesn't quite get to that puck, though. Charlie's back here at center ice to collect for Zionsville. He loses it off his stick. Eagles dump it down. Here's Beaupre as the penalty ends, and that's turned over. They shoot that puck wide. Matteo gains control over there briefly. Tries to get it out, then gets checked and loses his stick. And they're going to have a shot on goal here. Oh, good back check by Charlie to deny that shot. They're driving the puck down low, tried to center. That doesn't connect, and here's McClurg going the other way. That's Molinaro and Charlie with him. Tries to back in the far, doesn't get connected. Charlie's going to shoot from distance, and it's stopped and frozen at 7:53. Noah Farm and Grigsby come over the board to join Molinaro. Schumacher and Rudolph as defenseman. Here's Molinaro off the shot. That shot, I think, is just wide, perhaps grazed by the goalie. Farb pursuing. Now there's Grigsby with a shot. Bad angle. They dump it into our zone. Schumacher's back there. Good pass to Grigsby. Now here's Noah. Has Molinaro with him. Right on the left side. Then circles around the net. Looking for someone to pass to. Cycles it around. Rudolph at the left point over there with it. Puts it to Grigsby. That gets intercepted. There's Molinaro. Back to Rudolph. Battled over there. Good play by Hayden over there to keep that puck alive. Keeps it alive again and then shoots from distance. And that's stopped by the Eagles. 7:03 to play here in the first period. Scoreless to this point. Both teams have had chances. It's going to be Charlie taking the face-off for Zionsville. He wins it over to Casiopo, but the Eagles get it out. And McCorg intercepts, brings it back in, shoots from distance, and that's saved on angle by the Eagles goaltender. Now 6:51 to play in the first period. Charlie's going to take the face off. He gets checked pretty well right off the face. McCorg has it briefly. Here come the Eagles the other way. They have a 3-on-2 working. Good intercepted pass there by Gona. And now the play starts to go the other way. And now Gona's going the other way. He's going to skate with it. He's going to have McCorg trailing him. Also has Charlie with him. Cycles around the net, tries to center. That doesn't find a Zionsville stick though. And it comes the other way. Eagles cross the blue line. They've got a player in the slot there. They can't get that puck there now. But they do gain control in the corner there. Looking for someone to pass to. Instead, he looks like he's going to shoot. And that's a rather soft shot that stopped easily by Crew. Quite the encouragement to shoot from distance there, even though there wasn't a great shot opportunity for the Eagles. All right, 5 new skaters out on the ice for Zionsville. Klein's going to take the draw for Zionsville. That's won by the Eagles, though. Shot and deflected to the corner. Here comes Krug over here trying to pursue that one. Schumacher's also battling. And that squirts out to the slot. Teal had it briefly, but then lost it. Zionsville gets it out to center ice. Take a little pressure off the defense there for a moment. And here come the Eagles the other way. 2-on-2. Teal breaks that up nicely. Doesn't connect with a wing. Oh, man. Shot from distance. That's deflected, and it's 1-0 Eagle. We don't quite get that puck out there. And they had a chance, and it came back to haunt us. So the Eagles Hockey Club takes the lead. Drawing first blood here with 5:33 to play in the first period. All right, this is going to be Noah with Grigsby and Molinaro as our forwards. And then goes the other way in off the face-off. Gets it to Molinaro. Over to Grigsby. Can't quite corral it though, but he's still battling over there. Molinaro tries to center. No one there. Grigsby back to Fleming. Going to shoot from distance. That's deflected by their man, but stopped by their goalie. Now the Eagles come the other way. Out in the neutral zone, Eagles have control. That's going to be an icing though. And we'll go back the other way. 1-0 score, Eagles Hockey Club. 4:55 to play in the first period. Forward line will remain. Schumacher and Gona will come out as defensemen. Noah will take the draw for Zionsville. And the Eagles Hockey Club comes the other way off the face-up, tries to thread the needle there. That would have been a good opportunity for him, but it didn't happen. Donor's over in the corner. Good check over there. Well, good checking, I think, by Noah there. He turned away briefly. He skates the other way with it now. We're going to have numbers 3-on-2. Got Molinaro and Grigsby with it. In the corner for Molinaro. But that's turned over, and the Eagles Hockey Club comes the other way. Can't connect a pass. That's going to go the distance. Schumacher down there defending. He gets it over to Gona. Now here's Molinaro looking to pass to someone. Ooh, tried to find Grigsby, but that's beyond him. Will not be an icing as there was contact to that puck. Eagles Hockey Club a bit disorganized coming out of their zone, but now they're out. And they dump it in below our goal line into the corner. There's Fleming for Zionsville. Doesn't get full wood on that. And the puck stays in. That hit the referee's skates. Beaupre's trying to corral that. Now it's Charlie. He does corral and he's out with it. Nice job by Charlie there. He's skiing down the right side here. It's a perfect shot. Blocker saved by the Eagles Hockey Club. And it's turned right back around coming the other way. Good check by Kane McClurg over there. Beaupre gets a pass to Charlie. He's going to skate it into the zone, looking for someone to pass to. Can't quite get it to McClurg. And now Eagles Hockey Club comes the other way. Schumacher pursuing here. Good job finessing the forward there, and that's covered by Krug. Eagles Hockey Club leads 1-0. 3:07 to play here in the first period. Klein's going to take the face-off for Zionsville. It's over the board. Schumacher gets a stick on it. And then back to Krug. Krug's driving with it. He's got a head of steam. Good defense by the Eagles Hockey Club there, though, to slow him down. Teal's over there on the far boards. To Spencer. Spencer's trying to battle for that puck. Teal comes up with it. He's looking to get that to someone. To Spencer. Tries to cast a climb, but that gets intercepted. Eagles Hockey Club comes the other way. They dump it in. Schumacher's down there pursuing. He takes a check. And they're batting for the puck behind the net there. It squirts out to the point. Shot from distance. I think that's blockered away by Owen. And the puck comes out to the neutral zone. 2:18 to play here in the first period. Here comes the Eagles Hockey Club again. Rudolph gets it out. He's pursuing that puck hard. Can't quite get to it. Good effort, though, over there. Teal bats that puck off the glass. Now Eagles dump it into our end. No icing there. That puck's turned over down there. Come up with it. With a puck there briefly, but not for long. Eagles Hockey Club, good job keeping that puck in. Schumacher battles down there in the corner. And that cycles around the other side. Rudolph's over there. He's got the tire. He's been out there a while. And we try to get it out to Noah. Finally get out. It's on his stick. He's going to drive with it. He's going to shoot from angle, but that's high and wide. Kept in nicely by Molinaro there on the left point. But now it's out. Across the red line come the Eagles Hockey Club. Try to dump it in. Fleming tries to get out. That doesn't happen. Puck intercepted by Fleming. He's checked over there to Noah. He dumps it off the boards, but the Eagles are right there to get a stick on it. Shot deflected. Grigsby gets it out. And now Alex going to have a chance. Drive it in all. He shoots, he scores! Find by Grigsby there to get it to Molinaro. And we have a tie hockey game. 1-1 here with 43.7 seconds to go in the first period. Charlie's going to take the draw in. Wholesale changes the lineup there after that goal. Berg has it back to Dona. And it's dumped in. Fleming fields it under the goal line for Zionsville. He skates with it. Berg gets it out. Cassiopo dumps it. Charlie's down there pursuing. Berg on the other side looking for a way to check that. Pick it up, Willie! Now out to Gonan, dumps it back in. 15 seconds remain in the first period. Eagles Hockey Club looking to find a way to get that puck up ice. Good pressure over there along the boards by Zionsville. Cassiopo is getting it right as the period ends. At the end of one, it's Zionsville 1 and Eagles Hockey Club 1. All right, welcome back for the second period here. Noah's going to take the draw, has Molinaro and Grigsby. Back into the Eagles zone, but they dump it into Zionsville's end. Beaupre's back there to field that puck. Get some pressure over there. Now Noah has it on his stick. He gets it to Grigsby. Good pass by Grigsby to Molinaro. And then off his stick. Zionsville gains his zone. Now it comes back the other way. Schumacher breaks that, pursued up. Centered. Beaupre's over there, knocks that puck away. And now Molinaro's going to go the other way. He has a one-on-one. He has Noah trailing. Shot from distance. That's wide, though. That's going to come out of the zone. Schumacher right in front of him, battling for that puck. As is Noah. Puck goes the other way. We'll move it across ice and then up to our blue line. They dump it in. That's wide. And they shoot from wide angle. Beaupre's over there behind the net. There's Grigsby. He gets it out. And now Noah's on his horse to try to get this puck. He's going to have a shot on goal. He tried to pass though, and that got intercepted. And that's going to be an icing on the Eagles Hockey Club. All right, Sevens will be wild on the defensive line with Rudolph and Fleming back there. Then you got Klein in 17, Matteo 29, and Krug 47. A lot of sevens out there for Zionsville. Now back to Fleming off the faceoff. He cycles that puck around. Matteo over there battling for it. Rudolph keeps it in nicely. Good kick save there. So they get it out. Klein gets it back to Fleming. Finds Spencer, evades nicely. Good shot and better save. Klein with another shot and save, and that's covered. (13-16 to play here. period 2. All skaters remain for Zionsville. Some confusion here by the Eagles Hockey Club, who's going to stay out. That's squared away. Face-off won by Zionsville. Matteo has control. He works the pass, but that gets intercepted. Klein battling over there nicely. Good keep in by Fleming. Pinched nicely there. Rudolph pinched in nicely. That isn't enough to keep it in. It comes out the other way. Fleming knocks it back the other way. The Eagles move it back and forth in their own net. They dump it down to our end, but it's not going to be icing. Rudolph back there to field it. Fleming gets it. Now out in the neutral zone. Boy, I thought that pass might get picked off. Here come the Eagles the other way. Krug over there. Back to their left point. Good pressure by Austin Matteo there, and the puck pops out of play. 12:26 to play here in the second period. It's a 1-1 score. All new skaters for Zionsville here at the dead puck. Charlie took the face off, didn't win it. They work it back and forth through the blue line. Shot from distance. And then he deflected in. That's 2 deflections they've scored on now. And the Eagles lead 2-1 over Zionsville. All right, so we'll get going here again. Here's Charlie. He's going to take the face off. Eagles win it though. Move across the red line. Broken up by Charlie. Back on Willie going his stick. Over to Schumacher. Schumacher looking for someone. To McClure. He dumps it in. Charlie's down there pursuing.
Get him, Willie!
And that's dumped into our end. There will be no icing here. There's Fleming. That passes off McClure. He gets it to Charlie. Charlie's going to skate with it. Looking to find someone to pass to. That gets intercepted. And then they come the other way. There's Fleming. That gets knocked off his stick. Back in the corner. Cycled around the other way. That gets centered. That cycle is intercepted. Eagles have a chance here to fire from distance. Good stop by Krug. Puck's frozen with 11:22 to play here in the second period. Zionsville trailing 2-1. All skaters changed for Zionsville, but we're missing one skater. Schumacher comes out to be the 5th. Noah takes the draw into the corner for Beaupre. Around to Schumacher. Off the boards to Grigsby. That was a hot one for Grigsby to take. Now back to Schumacher. Finds Noah. He's got Molinaro with him. Works it to the right side. Also has Grigsby in the high slot. And then cycles around. Now Grigsby intercepts. He shoots from distance. That deflected. Good save by Eagles Hockey Club. They bring it out, but then just skate past the puck. They get some choppy play here in the neutral zone. Eagles work it back and forth. Grigsby putting good pressure on him. Back and forth. Eagles fans are getting a bit testy off to my right here. Zionsville dumps in. We change some skaters out. The Eagles get it out. They bring it down on Beaupre. Try to work around it. Get a shot from the side of the goal to no avail. Now Rudolph skates it out nicely. And tries to dump it deep.
Go, go, go!
Here come the Eagles the other way. Driving down the right side here. Looking for someone to pass to. They center. Good play by Molinaro there to tie up his man. And Zionsville gains control. He loses the puck though. And the puck goes back the other way. Rudolph dumps that puck. He ends up on a Eagles hockey club stick. Now Rudolph gains it again after that pinball's around. Here's Molinaro the other way. He's got Spencer with him. Molinaro shoots. That puck's wide. Kept in by Matteo on that right point. Puck is centered. No one there. And that kicks off a Eagles Hockey Club skate into our end. Fleming's over there. Good turnover by him. He gets it over to Klein. Klein's looking for someone. Does get it out. That went off the glove of the Eagles player there, though. Dangerous play, firing that puck up the middle. .9:08 to play here in the second period. Eagles lead Zionsville 2-1. Klein's taking the face off. Eagles come up with it. And then pressured over there by two different Zionsville players. They come out with it, coming the other way. Pursuing Schumacher. And they're offside.
It's interference too.
And we're stopped at 8:55 to play in the second period. Pushes that puck forward. Teal pursuing over there. Back to Schumacher, looking for someone to pass to. Dumps it in the neutral zone though, for safety. And it comes up back the other way. Here come the Eagles. Good pressure by Schumacher over there. And Matteo clogs up the middle and intercepts that pass by Eagles. Coming the other way. He's harassed by them. Good hard low shot, and that's turned away. Klein's over there, left wing boards. Donor tries to keep it in, but loses that battle. McCord does gain the puck. Back to Schumacher. He's going to skate with it. Puck keeps going on in. He crosses the red and blue line. Looking for someone to pass to. That gets intercepted, but he finds Cassiopo, who loses it, and then it's out of the zone. Back to Gona. Dumps it back in. Eagles are going to change some skaters out here. Cassiopo's down there pressing. Here's Noah Farb. Oh, Charlie Farb, rather. And the Eagles come the other way with it. Dump it in. They're going to change some of their skaters. Fleming scoops up the puck. Dumps it out. And turns it over to Eagles Hockey Club. Charlie back to Beaupre. Tries to find Cassiopo, but doesn't get all the way there. And it's turned over. Here come the Eagles. They're on the right side. They're shooting. That's wide. Kept in the offside there, below our goal. They try to center. Gets on Cassiopo's stick, and he gets it out of the zone. Charlie's pressuring down there. Send a long one that gets by Beaupre. Fleming's down there with a good check. Now here's Beaupre. Loses it briefly. Nice center. That goes off Owen's stick. Pops out front. Now here's Grigsby going the other way. They get the puck off his stick. Puck dump into our end. Beaupre's back there to get it. He's working to get that on someone else's stick. Gets that out to Grigsby. Tries to hit Noah. That misses him. Rudolph fouls over it, and then they're offsides. Eagles Hockey Club leads 2-1 here with 6:17 to play in the second period. It's going to be Noah and Grigsby and Molinaro as our forwards, backed by Rudolph and Schumacher. Eagles Hockey Club wins the draw. They promptly dump it into our end, behind our goal. Rudolph's back there to get it. That puck's deflected. We can't quite get it out. They get a shot from angle there that goes wide. The Eagles dump it in. It's not going to be icing. They ruled that could have been played. There's Rudolph back there. Eagles get to kind of play catch with that puck back there. Now it's turned over. They look to center. That doesn't find someone in the slot, but rather the left point. And then Zionsville tries to get out. Now here's Molinaro. Gets a bounce off the glass. He evades the defender, shoots, and that's glove. I'm not sure that puck is going to be on net. Nice move by Alec there, but that gets snuffed out by their goalie. All right. Several changes for Zionsville here as we have a break in the action with 5:27 to go here. Second period, Klein's going to take the face off. And that's back to Gono with the win. Looks to pass, and misses Klein, and it's turned over to the Eagles. Fortunately, that was not a breakaway there. That pass was missed in the back of the skates. Now here's Spencer, back to Matteo. Skates behind the net, looking for someone to pass to. He gets checked by the Eagles Hockey Club and turned over going the other way. They overskate the puck. And now Zionsville's going the other way. Here's Klein. Tries to center that puck. Gets deflected. Now here's Spencer. He shoots. Stopped. Another shot. And that's knocked away. The Eagles going the other way.
Nice work, Willie.
Jonah breaks that up nicely. That shot vaulted the other way. Puck cycles around that far corner over there.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Fleming pursues.
Keep the feet moving, buddy.
And the shot's deflected off in the corner. They move it back to the right point. And the shot deflected by Klein. That goes off harmlessly in the corner. Zionsville, I think, needs a mind change here. There's Spencer finally winning the zone. He's going to get it deep. I think all five skaters are going to come off except for maybe Willie Gono. And here goes Willie. Schumacher's going to play a 2-on-1 back here. That pass is to nowhere for the Eagles Hockey Club. But back to the point. Big high shot. I'm afraid that would be deflected again. Cassiopo dumps that puck. Now they bring it back the other way. That's dumped into our end. Schumacher's going to go back to get it. He's looking for a place to move it. Gets it to Cassiopo. He gets it to Charlie. Looking for somewhere to go with it. He shoots. That's deflected into the corner off a shin guard. Now here's McClurg in the corner. Centers. And they're fighting for it. Good centering pass. And a good stop by their goalie. Puck's frozen here with 3:11 to play in the second period. Charlie's going to take the face off. Cassiopo and McCorrig as his forwards. It's won by the Eagles Hockey Club. They cycle the puck around. Kept in by Rudolph very nicely over there. Used his body well and then just won that puck over. Now they come the other way. On Schumacher, that's deflected up into the netting. 2:54 to play here in the second period. Eagles Hockey Club lead 2-1. 5 skaters changed out here for Zionsville. It's going to be Noah with Grigsby and Molinaro as the forwards. That's one back to the corner. There's Beaupre. Moving it to Fleming. Gets it to Grigsby. Now here's Noah. Skates hard down the right side. He's going to pass. Trying to wrap around. And that's stopped. Bouncing all around over there. Eagles come up and that's knocked down all and narrow. There's Noah in the corner. Back to Beaupre. He shoots. Gets knocked down the slot. Eagles come the other way. Good poke check by Noah there. Here's Molinaro. He's got Noah with him. Tries to pass. Doesn't quite get there. Now here's Grigsby with a shot. Good save by the Eagles. That was a good opportunity for Nolan there.
Yeah, what he said.
2:11 to play here in the second period. Noah's going to take the draw on the far side over there. Molinaro battles for it, as does Noah. Behind the net over there. Molinaro still battling. And then that puck gets shot off of him. And the Eagles come the other way. Corona breaks it up. And then they gain the zone, but they're offside. Good battle by Willie over here on the near boards right in front of us. Forward line's going to change for Zionsville. McCord, Charlie, and Spencer come out. Schumacher and Dono remain on the backside. Faceoff ends up behind the Zionsville net. Schumacher's back there. Cycles around McCord. He puts it on Charlie's stick. Skates across the blue line. To Spencer with a shot. Good save. They bat that puck out of the zone. That was a hard ground ball on the ice there. It got by Schumacher. And now it's going to be icing. So now 1:27 to play here in the second period. We're not anticipating an ice cut between periods 2 and 3. That's custom here at the high school level. Being a tournament format, we'll likely have a 1-minute break and come right back for the third period. Now back on the Eagles' defenseman's stick. Look to the other side. McCord's pursuing, as is Spencer. Rudolph tries to pursue as they pass. Now Charlie has it. He tries to find McCord. Does get to McCord. He gets it to Rudolph. That shot is blocked. Pops up in the air. Now they come the other way with it. Zionsville gains control. Now here's McCord. Comes the other way. Has Spencer with him. And shoots that wide. Good hard shot, but it was wide. Kicks it off the boards. Rudolph keeps it in nicely. McCord behind the net. Looking to pass to somebody. Doesn't quite find the Zionsville stick. Comes the other way. Good battle by Fleming over there to gain control.
You gotta hold him up!
And now they come the other way. They're going to take some distance. A very high shot and out of play. It's a 2-1 score. Eagles Hockey Club nearing the end of the second period. 23.7 seconds left. Face-off's going to be to the left of Owen Crew. Noah's going to take the draw for Zionsville. And he gains control off of it. He's got some momentum, crosses the blue line, loses the puck briefly. And it goes the, well, then they lose the puck. Hot potato out there. Hard check by Beaupre there, and that's going to end up being a penalty. Beaupre goes to the penalty box, and they called a 2 and 10 on that, or 1:30 and 10.
Shoot it down the ice, Noah. Shoot it down. Just take the face off and shoot it down the ice.
All right. Noah gains control, just trying to kill the other period here. Control, and that ends the period. All right, a 2-1 score here. After 2, we'll be back here in just a minute. All right, welcome back here for period 3. 15 minutes on the clock here for the third. Zionsville's going to be shorthanded for another minute and 24 seconds up here. It's back on Schumacher's stick. He gets it to Charlie. He has McCord with him, and that puck's turned over. And then the Eagles can't keep control. They drive it into our end. Fleming pursues, knocks it off the stick nicely there. But then the Eagles set up in the 5-on-4 situation that they have here. Looking along the near boards here, back to the point. Almost got it out. Now we do, and we get it on Charlie's stick. He drives in all alone. He swerves. Good poke check by the goalie there. And hopefully killing valuable time on this penalty. That was a good chance for Zionsville. Now the Eagles come the other way. Fleming gets a stick in their way to disrupt a shot. Now the puck comes out to the neutral zone. Here come the Eagles with it. Some changes for Zionsville out there. They set up shop inside the zone. 15 seconds left in the penalty. It's out of the zone. Well done by Zionsville there. Now Schumacher has it, and he fires it nicely down to the other end. Kills even more time. Back on Schumacher's stick. He fires it the other way. Now Noah's down there pursuing it. As is Noah Len. Shot by Noah from distance. That gets deflected high. Grigsby's worked over there, and the puck comes the other way. Here's Noah behind our net. Coughs it up. Fleming makes do with it though. Good job by Ryan there to get that out. Now there's Molinaro. Noah keeps it in. Well done by Noah there. He just checked off the puck though. In the corner, they cycled around. Molinaro puts a good stick on that puck to break up a cross-ice pass. And it comes the other way. Driving on Schumacher, who centers it. That pass is not found. Now back to the Eagles in their end. Their defensemen moving the puck back and forth. They lose the puck off their stick. Intercepted by Grigsby. He's skating the other way. Keeps it on his stick nicely. Keeps working around. Back to the point to Gona, who shoots. That gets knocked down though. And Teo has it briefly. He gets checked away. And here come the Eagles the other way. They give it up. There's Schumacher. Tries to get it to Gona, but that doesn't find his stick. And it bounces around there and throws through and they score. at 3-1. Some haphazard puck play there and ends up in the back of our net. Coach Ben Highsmith very upset with that, the result of that play there, understandably so. Charlie has it crossing the blue line. He's going to get a shot. That gets tipped away by their glove. Kept in by the Eagles over there. Now here's McClure, drives the net, shoots high and wide. Rudolph over there keeps it in. And that gets by Rudolph over there this time. Fleming's back there to scoop it up. And then off McClure's stick. Rudolph battling hard over here. And as Cassiope tries to send it to Noah, or Charlie rather, loses off his stick, and then it comes the other way. They're driving hard at us. We get the puck out. There's Charlie again. Tries to get it by. Eagles trying for a penalty there. I'm not sure what they were after exactly. Perhaps a high stick. Now back on Schumacher's stick behind our zone, or behind our net. Gets the puck to Charlie. And then they steal it. Really gets it to Molinaro, but then he loses it. Now the puck comes the other way. Now on Grigsby's stick. He gets it to Molinaro, coming the other way. Gets it by the defender briefly, but then loses it. Now centered to Noah, and he loses it. And the puck comes the other way for the Eagles. Nona does break it up. And Nolan gets checked, or this is going to be served. I hope there's going to be a penalty on the Eagles here, and there will be on that check that Grigsby received.
Why is he not getting off the ice?
All right, so Zionsville's going to go on the power play. Personally, I thought it looked like a good check to me, but perhaps a bit of an even up for the 2 and 10 we received. All right, Noah's going to take the draw. Won by Zionsville. Charlie gets it over to Schumacher. Cycles it around the boards to Molinaro. There's Noah. Cross-ice pass to Charlie, who shoots. Stopped by the Eagles. Good idea there to reverse the field of play, but their goalie was equal to the task. Noah will take the draw again here. 9:34 to play here in the third period. Won by Eagles Hockey Club. Kept in by Schumacher. Banks it off the boards. McClurg and Noah over there, but they both lose the puck. And it's a 2-on-1 for the Eagles coming our direction. Stopped by Owen, and then comes out of the zone. There's Noah driving to the puck now. Right side, looking for someone to pass to. Instead shoots, that's high and wide. And then that bobbles over Schumacher's stick. And then gets it over to Charlie. Charlie's going to skate with it. He's going to shoot, that's wide. And here's Noah on the far boards. Back to Matteo, to Noah. Over to Charlie, that doesn't get to his stick though. And that's a turnover, it's going to come the other way. They drive it on Matteo here. Matteo breaks that up nicely for the time being, but then now he loses it. And it comes the other way. Matteo's on his horse. He's going to cross the blue line, has Krug with him. Tries to center, that gets deflected and up and away. The penalty's ending. We're going to get 5-on-5 skaters here. No slide. Zionsville's going to be offside. I believe we retouched. now will not be offside. 8:03 to play here in the third period. Here's pressuring over there. Comes to Matteo. He flies it to the other side of the ice to Rudolph. Dumps it in, but again on an Eagles stick. Zionsville's going to be offsides here. We've got some referees in the seats here off to my right, trying to help them move that puck down into our end, but the faceoff's going to stay to our right here. Grigsby's going to take the draw. Instead it'll be Klein. And they just threw the puck on the ice there. Kind of a bogus puck, drop of the puck there. And the puck gets knocked out of play at the Eagles Hockey Club bench. 7:39 to play here. 3-1 lead for the Eagles Hockey Club. Grigsby takes the draw. Going into Schumacher, who shoots. That's deflected by Krug. Just wide, though. Now the Eagles come the other way. Comes off their stick. And it's going to be offsides, Eagles Hockey Club. Now 7:24 remains. Zionsville needs to get a goal here quickly. Try to make this a one-goal game. Have a chance here with maybe a pulled goalie situation late. Here's Cassiopo. Takes the puck and dumps it in. He's hustling hard after it. Noah's over there. But now the Eagles have the puck and they dump it into our end. Gona's over there. Moves it to Schumacher. Over to Molinaro. Tries to get it out, but not quite. Now here's Schumacher. And then that gets intercepted. Over to Gona. Now to Molinaro, but then that evades him. Eagles come the other way. Far right side, they center. Opportunity for them. That goes to the side there. Here's the Eagles. Try to center. Noah battling over there. Cassiopo, good save by Krug there. That would have been a juicy rebound for them if he doesn't freeze that up. Cassiopo was pressuring at the point. Now 6:12 to play. To the left of Owen Krug here on this face-off. Charlie's going to take the draw. Eagles win it. Hard check by Kane McClure on the follow through to that shot. And here's Matteo to Kane McClure. Tries to get it to Charlie. And the whistle blows here. That's the call. Looks like a high stick penalty on the Eagles Hockey Club. Perhaps not happy with a powerful check by Kane McClure there. And Zionsville, a much-needed power play here with 5:58 to play. Face-off back to Schumacher off the draw. Passes it to Noah, but that's off his skate, and it goes all the way to the other end. That puck's cycled around by Schumacher to Charlie. There's Kane. And that's broken up by Schumacher over here as they come the other way. Now over to Charlie. To Noah. He's got Molinaro with him as he crosses the blue line. He looks for someone to pass to. There's McCoy, but McCoy loses it. Good back check by the Eagles there. And they come the other way. Good poke check on Matteo to break that up for the moment. Comes behind the net. Here comes Matteo with it. He works it to Charlie. Crosses the blue line. Loses it off his stick, and then the puck comes the other way. Matteo back there to defend. And that puck does not get out. Noah over there, but doesn't get out. And it does finally come out. Some Zionsville Eagles will change. Rudolph battles hard over there. And then the puck ends up on the Eagles hockey puck stick. Power play situation ends for Zionsville. Grigsby's over there and then knocks that puck out of play. 4:22 to play here in the third period. Zionsville trailing 3-1. Nolan Grigsby's going to take this draw for Zionsville, flanked by Krug and Klein. Eagles come the other direction. Matteo's battling. And that's intercepted by Krug. There's Grigsby back there. He backhands it to Matteo. And that's out of the zone. Now with 4 minutes to play. Spencer pressuring. Now there's a turnover. Here's Klein with it. He bobbles that puck though. And the Eagles fire it down into our end. Matteo back to defend. Now they're going to center. Wide open net. We didn't have great numbers back there defensively, and we paid the price dearly. Now 4-1. Charlie McClurg and Cassiopo will be the forwards here. Gona and Schumacher defensively. Here come the Eagles the other way. Now here's Zionsville. Charlie gets it to McClurg. Shoots from distance. Hard shot, but easily saved. 3:28 to play. Zionsville, it's covered again. Won that face-off, but then got it to the goal, but just to the side. Not a real scoring opportunity there. Charlie's going to take the draw. Tries to win it forward, I think. Came in a shot at it over there, but he wiped out. Now it's back this way, right in front of us. Here's Charlie battling hard with it. Cassiopo's over there. And the puck comes the other way. Shot from distance, good blocker saved by Krug. Now it's centered. Schumacher battles to get it out. To McClurg, who does get it out. Now here's Schumacher. Makes it past Cassiopo, who I think was looking to change and then does as he dumps it in.
Let's go, Eagles! Let's go!
Charlie pressuring some. Now they drive the puck the other way. And another good opportunity for Eagles Hockey Club there. Charlie drives it the other way. Molinaro cycles it around to Charlie. Back to Rudolph. It's a 2-on-1 with Beaupre. They center it, gets by Beaupre. Rudolph's back there battling. Tries to carom it off the boards and get it out, but that's stopped back there. A good effort. Nonetheless, here's Grigsby pursuing at the point. The Eagles content to just pitch this puck around and kill time. Now we have a whistle. Going to be a penalty on Zionsville. That's going to be an interference penalty Looks like on Rudolph. So with 1:45 to play here, Zionsville's going to be short for a minute and 30 seconds on it. All right, face-off won by the Eagles. They move to the left point. They're shooting. Good deflection there. I think that was Noah Favre there with the stick. And we're stopped with 1:39 to go. This time to the right of Owen Krug.
Is it dead?
Noah's going to take the draw. Willie's back there, but he gets bodied off of it. And they center, and then that's off the stick and out of the zone. Here comes Molinaro with some jets. Oh, he gets poke check though. He's for killing some time down here in their end. Noah's over there. And then Molinaro causes a turnover. He's got Noah with him, and then that pass is knocked down, and they send it the other way. That's by our defense. Shot high and wide. They gain control again, deep in our zone. Noah has it, and Alec dumps it. And the whistle blows here. And that's a penalty on the Eagles Hockey Club. We still have 33 seconds left on the Zionsville penalty, so we'll have that length of time where the teams are 4-on-4, and then 15 seconds of 5-on-4 for Zionsville. We're down to just 49 seconds left here in the game. Push forward there by Charlie. Gain control by the Eagles Hockey Club. They're going to drive it down on us. Berg intervenes on that pass there. It's out of the zone. But again, Eagles are content to just kind of kill time as they have a 3-goal lead. Back and forth they go. Now 25 seconds remain in the game. Turnover though. Here's McClure. He's going to try to get by their defense. And that pass is intercepted. Beaupre keeps it in, though. There's King. Tries to center. To Charlie. That's off his stick and goes the other way. Beaupre addresses it at this end. And that's the end of this game. Eagles Hockey Club, better team here today. They win 4-1 over Zionsville. We'll be back at it with 2 games tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you then.